I was doom scrolling the other day and I saw a post from Chef Jose Andres. He was talking about the delightful miracle of canned seafood, waxing poetic about smearing high-fat butter onto a hot, crispy piece of sourdough toast, and then topping it with a nice, oily, pickled anchovy. I swear this man could convince me to eat a shoe. I literally got off the couch and rifled through the pantry. All I could find was an old tin of Trader Joe's smoked mussels and half a sleeve of Ritz crackers. Y'all, it was fire. I wanted to reproduce that experience. And also, here's a fun fact. As a wild food influencer, I'm actually required by federal law to make a mussel video. So I went down to the Jetty to get this done. It's April now, and the mussel season in California is open for a few more weeks. They close mussels from May to November because of a naturally occurring toxin in the water that causes a condition called paralytic shellfish poisoning, or PSP. The toxins are fatal, they will kill you, they are not broken down by heat. But if you collect in season, you're almost always safe. The state also monitors these toxins, and they release the data, and they have recommendations by zone and species. Always, always, always call the PSP hotline before collecting shellfish. Don't be a dumbass. Mussels are easy to collect, but never turn your back to or take your eyes off the ocean when you're out there. It's very common for huge sets to come in, and there's usually no one else out there to see you get swept away. A buddy of mine has a great story about scuba diving in the Cayman Islands. He and his wife got trapped on the seaside of a huge reef. He had to fight his way to shore to find help. He found a guy, they borrowed a boat, but it had no plug, so he stuffed his t-shirt into the drain hole. They were paddling out, he was bailing water, he was freaking out about his wife, and he wasn't paying attention. A huge sweeper wave came and knocked him off his feet, almost capsized the boat. His Cayman friend was nonplussed. He simply said, "You've got to take heed the sea, mon. Always take heed the sea." When I'm collecting, I look at the tide chart. I want to be basically out there right at low tide or half an hour before, because the waves are getting calmer and calmer as the tide gets close to slack. Here I am right at low tide. A couple of waves came in and almost got me, but I had a nice safe day. When collecting mussels in California, you need to have a fishing license. The limit is 10 pounds, and you can only use your hands, no tools. Definitely want to wear gloves to protect your hands. You'll find that some come off really easily, and some are really hard. You have to really give them a good yank. That's what she said. Here's another pro tip for you. When you're on the jetty and there's a weird graffiti house, never walk around it, always through. For this recipe, I started by steaming the mussels in white wine. I don't even clean them. It's way easier to remove the beards once they're cooked. For the pickle brine, I'm going to saute shallots and garlic in butter and olive oil. Go out to the garden to get some other stuff. There's rosemary, thyme, and my favorite, a blood orange. I'm also going to add in 3 cloves and a handful of peppercorns. I'm going to let that saute down and get nice and toasty. Then we'll let it cool. And while it cools, we'll work on the mussels. They have a nasty little beard in there. It's full of weird hairs and grit. It's really easy to remove them though once it's cooked. So I kind of hold the meat in place and I rip the beard out and then I get the meat out. Look how beautiful that is. Now I'm going to add in a little New Mexico chili powder, some salt, and the juice and zest of a blood orange, and some apple cider vinegar. Now we're just going to cover our mussels with this brine. I'm going to top it up with a little olive oil here so that nothing is sitting in air. And then we'll put it in the fridge overnight. Someone commented on one of my videos that they didn't like my man bun. I wish that I had nothing better to do than make shitty comments on YouTube videos. All right, we're gonna give this a try here. Got my Ritz crackers and I got my pickled mussels. I'm not gonna lie to you all, mussels are challenging food for me. When you think about eating a mussel, it's like slimy, gross. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. But when I'm eating mussels, I really like them. So here's our final product. It's looking tasty. Nice. Gorgeous, slimy bivalve. There's that expression everyone uses where they say, the proof is in the pudding. Do you know that that's actually a partial of the real expression, which is the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Meaning, if it tastes good, it works. So I didn't use a recipe for this, kind of just made it up. Let's see how it came out. That's really nice. Dang, that is really good. A little bit heavy on the cider vinegar, but again, I didn't measure it. I'm getting the heat from the chili pepper. I use that New Mexico chili. I'm not really getting very much orange. The salt is on point. Nice, really toasted onion flavor from the shallots. That's really nice. That's really good. I'm gonna eat more of these. I normally would do just kind of the classic French preparation where you steam them open in wine, and then you put a little cream and you have shallots and parsley and all that. But then you have to eat it all at once. I don't always feel like eating a giant pot of mussels, but this is nice. These are pickled now. They'll last for a week or two in the fridge, so I can just eat them as little snacks. Oh. Yeah, right on. Every time I eat one, it tastes a little bit better. So, you got a couple weeks left in the mussel season here in California. It ends at the end of April, so get out there and get some. That's free seafood. It's fun to get on the jetty. It's fun to go down in the ocean. Hope you guys like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.